Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video of RTB, another RTB opinion video. What's up, guys? Today's RTB's opinion is that Borderlands 3 and Sega's Judgment should have been on the Game of the Year list at this year's current 2019 The Game Awards. So here's the list of games that's going to be, that's nominated for Game of the Year on the Game Awards show. That is as follows. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sekiro, The Outer Worlds, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Death Stranding, and Control. I agree with all those games except for two of them, which is Death Stranding and Control. Sekiro, Outer Worlds, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Smash deserve to be there. Even though I haven't played Sekiro, but I did play Resident Evil 2 Remake. I did play Smash Ultimate, and I just recently finished the Outer Worlds. They all deserve to be there. They're excellent games in their own right. Definitely deserve to be there. Sekiro, I haven't played it, but I have nothing but critical acclaim. It's a great From Software game that deserves nothing but the praise it gets. But in my opinion, though, Death Stranding and Control not so much. With Death Stranding, I get it. It's a Kojima game. It's his first game that's not from Konami. So I get it. People are hyped for it. But it's one of those things like, considering what it is, it just wasn't my cup of tea. And I mean, there are people that like the game. I'm not saying there's not an audience for it. I know on the YouTube side, Angry Joe and Young Yeah, more so Young Yeah, really enjoyed the game. Or Jim Sterling, not so much. I will get the game eventually. I it's a never say never situation, but I wouldn't get its current price. Like when it's like a PlayStation Classic, on $20, maybe then. But at its current price, not really. Control. Granted, I know it's done by Remedy, but it was kind of like one of those games like Naruto Strikers and the One Piece open world game that came out. It came out, it came and went. Like, nobody really talked about it too much. Like, no one talked about it as much as, like, Resident Evil, like, the other game on the list. It's one of those kind of games that just came and went, to be honest with you. And, excuse me, again, if you like those games, you like Death Stranding and Control, and you enjoy them, you feel you should be there. I'm not disagreeing with you, but this is my opinion. I feel that Borderlands 3 and Sega's Judgment should be there instead, because Borderlands 3, granted the villains weren't as good as Handsome Jack, but there was still just as good. There was still a good runner-up in terms of like being a formidable villains. I enjoyed the story. I loved the characters. It was funny as hell. The gunplay is the best it's ever been. Co-op was the best it's ever been. There was little to no bugs, nothing game-breaking, minor stuff here and there, but like, gearboxing was on top of it and fixing it quick. The gunplay was amazing. The drops were great. It was like well balanced and stuff. I really enjoyed it and stuff. All the characters were awesome. I play as the robot one with the Skag Dog, who's fun fact voiced by Pro Z. He has a YouTube channel. Check him out. Also, Kaiser Neko did some voices on the game as well. I think he did some generic grunt, something big, but still, they did some voice work on the game. Koopa played as a siren like he normally does. We had a great time with it though. It was a great game. It was phenomenal. And honestly, I won't mind doing another playthrough of it. It was that damn good. It was phenomenal. Definitely, if you like first-person shooters, so these a first-person shooter with a great co-op, get this game immediately. I mean, despite the controversy from Randy being a moron, from supposedly leaving a flash drive with porn in it, was also with important documents at a restaurant, though hers been later to be proven false, but still, considering the way he's been behaving, it sounded like something he'd do. From being impossible to work with from the crew, from the staff, saying he's like a giant man-child to actually like physically shoving to the floor the original voice actor of Claptrap. Just it goes on and on and on. Like you can look into the video of Jim Sterling doing a video, Jimquisition on why Randy Pitchford is poison for the game industry, more so Gearbox. So so it's like there's that, but maybe, and also maybe that's why, because they don't want that him around, I guess. But still, it's like you shouldn't take away the hard work from the Gearbox developers, because they made something truly great, truly great. It's probably the best one in the series yet. And of course, with Sega's Judgment, you play the detective. You play the detective in Yagami who tries to solve a murder case. It's a slow start, but once it gets going, it never lets up. It's an action-packed game. And some famous voice actors are there too, from Crispin Freeman to Stephen Blum. Great voice actors. Just an incredible story. Memorable characters in terms of heroes and villains. Gameplay, it's just like like Yakuza, wild, crazy, and over the top, but in the best way possible. All the side quests are funny and goofy. Sometimes serious, but mostly funny and goofy. You can do so many like side stuff to have fun, and then you play in the arcades, play like Virtual Fighter, fighting Vipers, even play darts, baseball, do some weird virtual reality games. So it's a lot of fun to do when you're not doing main quest stuff. You can also date women on there, so that's a thing as well. The combat's the best it's ever been. The story's, like I said, it's a slow start, but once it gets going, it just never lets up. It's a fun, damn fun game, and I did heard it well enough that they're going to do a sequel, and honestly, I can't wait. I really enjoyed that game. That kind of game makes me wish that Square would do a Sleeping Dogs 2. That's how good it was. It kind of reminded me of Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is a bit more action-packed, but still, it kind of reminded me of that, because he plays a cop, try to take down a big organization, but still trying to take down, try to solve cases and stuff, and try to help people and do the right thing. That's what kind of, it's similar in that aspect, but still, I heard they were working on a sequel, but it got canceled, unfortunately. Hopefully, with Judgment doing so well, maybe Square can change their mind and do maybe a Sleeping Dogs 2, hopefully, maybe. But yeah, those games got talked about a lot. In fact, Jim Sterling loves freaking Sega's Judgment. I mean, he's kind of picky. If for him to love it the way he described it on his video, on his Jim impressions, you did something right. He enjoyed Borderlands. He had some bias against it because of him and Randy's unfortunate, history with each other. But still, he enjoyed it for what it was. But still, overall, I felt those games should have been on the Game of the Year list, not Control and Death Stranding. Because Death Stranding did well, but not well enough to be Game of the Year contender. Now, there's some controversy that it shouldn't be there, that they're probably doing it mainly for Kojima. I didn't really look into the controversy. But still, I felt it shouldn't be there. Nor Control. I felt Borderlands 3 and Sega's Judgment really proved themselves to be the better games, in my opinion, because those people talked about more about that than the other two. Though, again, in Borderlands' case, it was more because of Randy's being, like, a moron. But at least the game was great, and people started focusing on the game, not Randy's shenanigans and being a moron. Ugh, that dude's something else. And, with Sega's Judgment, I mean, it got press conference, too, because apparently one of the actors who played one of the main villains in the game, they even did a video on this, took cocaine, and had to, like, halt the game in America and replace him with a brand new actor. That's a true story. I did a video of that on my channel, but you can look it up yourself. It's for real. But yeah, despite those controversies, they excel past the controversy and them being something great to the point that it should be Game of the Year worthy. Those are great games. If you haven't played Borderlands 3 or Sega's Judgment, do yourself a favor. Get those games immediately. Those games are definitely worth your time and effort and hard-earned money. And they should be on the list. Heck, even IGN. Granted, they put Star Wars The Fallen Order. Again, I think it's a great game despite its annoying bugs. that really getting more in the way than it should. But when it works, it was amazing. Respawn Entertainment should pat themselves on the back. They did an incredible job. But it's one of those things like they didn't put Borderlands 3 or Sega's Judgment on them. Like, what the hell? What's these Game Awards companies beef against these two games? Well, I felt that should be Game of the Year. At the Game Awards, they should put freaking Sega's Judgment and Borderlands 3. They deserve it, in my opinion. I mean, again, nothing against Control, Death Stranding, but those games sold very well and were better critically acclaimed games, in my opinion. And people talked about those games more than the other two. But that's just me. And again, if you're happy for it, if you're happy those games that are on there, if you enjoy Death Stranding and Control, and you're happy it's there, and you hope it wins, good for you. Good for you. I'm happy for you. But I feel, in my opinion, those two games should be on there instead. In my opinion, anyway. But if you want to ask me, hey, Rockingtheblade, despite those two games not being on there, what would you like to see win Game of the Year? Honestly, it comes down to between the Outer Worlds and the Resident Evil 2 remake, because both games are fantastic. Resident Evil 2 remake, I beat that game like 4 freaking times, because to show how much I loved it. And the Outer Worlds I recently beat was phenomenal. Obsidian again should pat themselves on the back. In fact, I will love for them to do Fallout New Vegas too. Write in the comment section below if you agree, because I would definitely want to see something like that, or any future Borderlands games under with them at the helm. Because right now, Fallout, their current captain is drunk on the wheel, as you will. Because yikes, Fallout 76. I mean, again, I think it's more dead than I don't know what. And honestly, they want to like revitalize the franchise. They should give Obsidian a crack at it again with the Fallout New Vegas 2, or maybe Fallout 5. Either way, Bethesda stay out of the way and let Obsidian do it, because they show with proper time and effort they can truly pull out something really great, and it deserves to be on the Game of the Year list, absolutely. So those that and Borderlands and Resident Evil 2 remake, I hope win the Game of the Year, because they both deserve it. But again, that's just my opinion. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's just my opinion. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What game on the list I mentioned would you like to see win Game of the Year? Do you agree that Borderlands and Sega's Judgment should be on the list? Do you disagree? In fact, what game you played this year that was on the list that you would like to see on the list instead and should be Game of the Year? I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. I'll try to respond as fast as humanly possible. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out, and have a great day.